Aloha class. So brief exercise 7-4 direct materials budget. So 3 grams of musk oil are required for each bottle of Mink Caresses, a very popular perfume made by the small company in Western Siberia. The cost of oil is 150 rubles per kilogram. Siberia is located in Russia, whose currency is the ruble. Budgeted production of Mink Caress is given below by quarters. Okay, so these are the budgeted production in bottles. Musk oil has become so popular as a perfume ingredient that it becomes necessary to carry large inventories as a precaution against stockouts. For this reason, the inventory of musk oil at the end of the quarter must equal 20% of the following quarter's production needs. Some 3,600 grams of musk oil will be on hand at the start of the first quarter for year 2. Okay, so they have 36,000 grams of musk oil, right? That was the ending amount, will now become our beginning inventory. And they need 20% of the ending, they need 20% of the following quarter's inventory as their ending inventory, right? So not only do we need all of the production amount, but also 20% as excess stock for this product. So with direct materials budget, we have to convert it to the direct materials. So taking the units, convert it to the materials, solve for the production materials that we're going to need, or purchasing, we're not production, but the purchasing, what we need to buy, how much we need to buy of the materials. We're working in grams of musk oil. How many grams of musk oil are we going to need to buy? And then finally, once we get how many grams we need, then we can times it by this dollar amount to get the total dollar amount that we're going to spend for our direct materials budget, right? And so the textbook gives you sort of a layout like this. It's kind of catered towards the problem they have in the textbook. But so we're using these grams of oil, and we're using rubles for our currency, and so required production, raw materials needed per production. So remember, it's 3 grams of musk oil. So let's get in these numbers so we can start working. So first, second, third, fourth. You probably can't see that fourth, but that's okay. I'll show it to you in a minute. And then the last part, the first was 70,000 in year 3. Okay, so we're going to need this much production, and we need 3 grams of, hopefully they're kilograms of musk oil, right? And so 3 grams of musk oil for every single bottle, and these are the bottles, right? So I need to convert this to direct materials because this is a direct materials budget, right? Every single bottle I have to have 3 grams of musk oil. So my production needs are those 3 grams. I could times that across. This is the grams, so I have converted it to grams. So this isn't necessarily a dollar amount. These are grams. I have a desired ending inventory. They need a lot of ending inventory, 20% of the following year's month, or the following quarter's amount, right? So 20% of that, 20%, 20%, 20%, right? So I'm going to need 270,000 kilograms of musk oil, and I need for the next quarter, so I need 20% of that as my desired ending inventory. So we can calculate our needs all the way across for the first year, and then our beginning ending inventory raw materials. So they told me that I had 36,000 grams of musk oil. So at the beginning of the year, or what did they say? They said some 36,000 grams of musk oil will be on hand to start the first quarter of year 2. So this is on hand. That was our beginning inventory on hand. Remember, our ending inventory at the very end of the first quarter at 11:59 p.m. becomes our beginning inventory. So maybe I can highlight that. This becomes our beginning inventory, or was our ending inventory, and that would be our beginning inventory. Again, ending inventory, 11:59 p.m. becomes our beginning inventory the following quarter. Yep. Okay. And we're just worried, I think we're just worried about this first year, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so follow the formula, our total needs minus our beginning inventory raw materials. That can help us. We have that on hand that can help us lessen our production needs and our total needs. And then our cost per unit, it said it was 150 rubles per kilogram. So 150 rubles per kilogram. We will times that. I can put a times in there. So we know we're going to times that to get the final amount of rubles that we're going to need. So it's going to be quite large because we're using a different currency, and that's okay. We're going to times across, right? This one times by this one. And so this is the amount that we're going to have to spend in purchasing our raw materials, which are these musk oil kilograms of musk oil for the mink caress bottles. And did we answer all of the questions? Prepare a direct materials budget. At the bottom of your budget, show the amount of purchases in rubles for each quarter and for the year in total. So let's do that total. Since I usually forget to do that total, we can sum that total. Oh, this isn't a dollar actually. And we could do this as well. Sometimes they like to do an average. I think it's important to do the total. We could look at the solution and what they really want. They do want the total, but then we will just pull this desired ending inventory. So it doesn't make sense to total this ending inventory line because it doesn't fully represent how much ending inventory we have. So we'll usually just use this number, right? Assuming that our ending inventory is the same over here, and then our beginning inventory, we're assuming that the beginning inventory is at 36,000. So in the textbook, you'll see we just pull this ending inventory. This is the fourth quarter, so the end of the year, and then we'll use the beginning of the year as an assumed amount of raw materials beginning inventory. Right, so we do have this amount. I believe this is going to be in thousands because these numbers are small. It should be in thousands. And so we can sum these up. Again, we're going to use that 42,000, and our 36,000 we'll use from the beginning of the year. Sum of these two, and then minus. Yep, and so it looks like we're okay for our total.